on, guys? What's the word? Let's get to it. I'm about to play some music for y'all. It's my brother right here. Y'all gonna hear this all over. He's nice with it. Let's get it.
Yeah, stay close. Yeah, stay close. Yeah, stay close. Yeah. Testosterone booster. You need some macaroon and moolah. I box, but I shoot ya. At the shooting range, my aim is crucial. I'm praying for patience. No more back and forth with my BM. Stay away from them strangers. I don't trust you boys. Don't want new friends. I'm popping it, P. Motivating you for your purpose. Tell me what's your purpose. God didn't make you just to be worthless. You a man or what? When you piss, you sit or stand. What you stand for, huh? Those who win, those who plan. Steak, boiled eggs and yams. Won't catch me eating no ham. Healthy eating, healthy living. Health and wellness is my brand. Living righteous, living honorable. To me, that makes a man. Stop that crying, stop that bleeding, shorty. I can't be your man. At least come with a bag. Let's talk some business, talk logistics. Put you up on my program. That elevation here is blissful. Get your body and mind right. Workouts to get your frame tight. Books that once you read them,
You gon' gain a lot of insight.
I'm striving for greatness. Daily working towards elevation. Stop living complacent. Saw the risk and had to take it. Over planning leave you stagnant. Impulsive moves have you crashing. Ain't no time like perfect timing. Don't wait, just make it happen. Success give you satisfaction. Be grateful to the creator. Fast money, I'm skeptical. Slow grinding for all my paper. Compound cash residual. Keep my losses minimal.
Nah. I gotta run that back. We gonna make this quick today. I'm not gonna take forever. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate everybody showing love on the Instagram, on the YouTube post, on everything. Today, I feel the vibes, man. Definitely due for some good, something today, especially with NBA. So let's get it. I'm about to run this song back. Start about 6:05. Let a few more people come in.
Yeah, stay
Getting
close.
it.
Yeah, stay close. Yeah, stay close. Yeah. Testosterone booster. You need some macaroon and moolah. I box, but I shoot ya. At the shooting range, my aim is crucial. I'm praying for patience. No more back and forth with my BM. Stay away from them strangers. I don't trust you boys. Don't want new friends. I'm popping it, P. Motivating you for your purpose. Tell me what's your purpose. God didn't make you just to be worthless. You a man or what? When you piss, you sit or stand. What you stand for, huh? Those who win, those who plan. Steak, boiled eggs and yams. Won't catch me eating no ham. Healthy eating, healthy living. Health and wellness is my brand. Living righteous, living honorable. To me, that makes a man. Stop that crying, stop that bleeding, shorty. I can't be your man. At least come with a bag. Let's talk some business, talk logistics. Put you up on my program. That elevation here is blissful. Get your body and mind right. Workouts to get your frame tight. Books that once you read them,
You gon' gain a lot of insight.
I'm striving for greatness. Daily working towards elevation. Stop living complacent. Saw the risk and had to take it. Over planning leave you stagnant. Impulsive moves have you crashing. Ain't no time like perfect timing. Don't wait, just make it happen. Success give you satisfaction. Be grateful to the creator. Fast money, I'm skeptical. Slow grinding for all my paper. Compound cash residual. Keep my losses minimal. What's the point of having goals that you won't chase? That's pitiful. This not that spiritual, lyrical. And a box I can't fit into. Giving praises to the most high in my songs, but that's minimal. This is life for the light bearers. Don't hide your light, let it shine. On the hill, I'm sublime. Keep my eyes on the prize. Plus I grind, gotta hustle. Get the money, make it double. In this life, you gonna have trouble. Trust in God and you won't fumble. Gotta grind, gotta hustle. Get the money, make it double. In this life, you gonna have trouble. Trust in God and you won't fumble. Trust in God and you won't fumble. Maybe slip, maybe stumble. Gotta go through that fire for a walk the truth. Don't believe in God's grace, look at my life is more than proof. Don't believe that I'm valid, that's okay, nothing to prove. Chasing goals, nothing to lose, one life to live, so bust your move. Gotta grind,
Gotta hustle,
get the money,
make it double.
In this life you gon' have trouble, trust in God
and you won't fumble.
Gotta grind, gotta hustle, get the money, make it double. In this life you gon' have trouble, trust in God and you won't fumble.
In this life you gonna have trouble, but if you trust in God, you won't fumble. My guys, what's the word? Welcome back to the stream. About to get it. About to break down these NBA games. Some interesting games tonight. Football games. A lot of nonsense this weekend, boy. This football season has just been all over the air. All over. Man, just very unpredictable. Who did we like? We liked the Bills to cover. They did 3.5. That game was interesting. Broncos did all of that to not have a backup quarterback. But let's see. Jarrett Stidham might pull out some Nick Foles miracle. My brother Danny, what's going on? Angel, what's going on, broskies? I'm going to pretty much keep this. There goes the first of the day. Bam. 3 strikes and I'm out of here. I'm going to keep this pretty brief. Appreciate all the love. I wish everybody showed as much love on my sports stuff as they do on my children's stuff. Apparently people like my kids way more than me. It's crazy. But it's all good. I appreciate the support either way. First game of the day. Let me get a little closer. At 100 subscribers, man, I'm at 97. I need 3 more. And at 100, we're giving away the Connor McDavid jersey, of course. Angel, I didn't forget you. I still got to send you that card. And Julian as well. Didn't forget you guys. But at 100, giving away that Connor McDavid jersey. So please share, comment, like, all that good stuff. Trying to get to 100 subscribers. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, we're about to break down these games. Let's get some work. I didn't realize I hate FanDuel, man. FanDuel is just the worst in every facet, but what can you do? They're the most flexible. That's why some people like DraftKings, some people like FanDuel. I personally like FanDuel because you can alt down more, so that's why I prefer FanDuel. But, you know, I got you, Angel. Hold that Barkley jersey because ain't nobody else buying that from you. I'll take that, most likely. I definitely want to get an Eagles jersey, and I'll probably put it on this wall here. But I got to get it signed somehow. Only goes on the wall if it gets signed. First, all right, let me... Big old head out of the way. All right, we should be good. First game, we got Phoenix. And these games, most of them start late, so don't rush. I preach this every day. Let me just run through real quick. I've been taking these breaks. FanDuel's Fanatics is really good. Fanatics and DraftKings. If you can mess with Fanatics or DraftKings as much as possible, FanDuel is horrible. I just agree on all fronts. FanDuel is the absolute worst in every facet. So if you can use DraftKings or Fanatics, I know FanDuel has the best odds for the most part, but especially when it comes to football, stay away from FanDuel. Or any sport. Honestly, FanDuel, they're just the worst. I really dislike FanDuel. Most of these games start at 8:10 or after, so don't rush. The first game is 7:10. You know how this goes. It's the first and the last game. Those are the games that always mess you up, so be cautious. Just take your time. No rush. Don't bet every day. Take your breaks. Spend time with your family, your loved ones. Get your mind right. Do what you got to do. I'm not going to lie. I've been loving this system. As I started this 2 weeks ago, I've been on and off, just doing this 3 days a week. It's been saving me a lot of money and helping me keep my wins. When I win, and I'm good, and I don't end up losing. So I'm liking this system, so let's keep it going. First game, Phoenix versus... And I also wrote some very detailed notes today. I decided I'm just going to go crazy with these notes. and I'm going to share this. This is what I'm going to share every time I go live, and I can send this to whoever needs it. Yes, I did get that Mellow signed. I met him in person at a weed shop, and he signed that for me in person. And the funny story about that as well is my wife's, her surname, we're getting married, but her name is Anthony. And the first time we went to a Knicks game together, that's the jersey that I got right there. And this was 2013, I think. I got that. And I told Mello that story. I got the picture and everything. He was like, wow, that's crazy. So, and he signed it for me, got a picture with him and everything. So, yeah. Yeah, Brody. All right. This guy said cool info. Appreciate that, DeVar. Thank you for tuning in, my guy. First game, we got Phoenix Suns versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, what I've started to do when breaking down these games, and I realize that this is a missing part that I haven't been incorporating, is you got to look at the team's defensive rankings and then the team's opponent three-pointers given up per game. That's been something I'm going to incorporate today and see how that works. Phoenix is the 6th ranked defense in the NBA. The 76ers have the 14th ranked defense in the NBA. The Phoenix Suns are ranked 4th, giving up the least amount of threes in. So when I say the highest, the number, this means they give up the least amount. So the higher the number, the least amount. The lower the number, the more. So the Phoenix Suns give up the 4th least amount of 3-pointers per game. The Sixers give up the 6th least amount of threes per game. So I would be cautious on these two are pretty decent teams when it comes to defending the three. Be cautious with that. No Joel Embiid. Jalen Green for the Phoenix Suns is back today. So that should be an interesting maneuvering there. First read, I wrote down Tyrese Maxey. Sold me so hard on this game against Cleveland. Here he had 22. Needed him for 25 to win a lot of money. Of course, he didn't get it, but next game, 29, naturally. Strike number 2. This game is interesting because, like I said, these teams both play really good defense, so I'm kind of cautioning. I would take Maxey. I do like his points, rebounds, and assists, but just alting it down, it's at 39.5. I like it somewhere closer to 35, 36. If you're going to take anything, last 5 games, 47, 39, 20 against Cleveland, 36 against Cleveland, 41 against Indiana. But no Joel Embiid tonight, so he's going to have the ball in his hands. Going against a pretty good player in Devin Booker. Wants to probably, show out against him. I like Paul George tonight. He's had 23, 18, 15, 17, and then the last game he played was against Cleveland, the second game of that back-to-back, and he had 14. I like his trends always just show me he's like every other game. He hits 15 points, and then again, with no Joel Embiid, I do like him. I do like Maxey tonight, yes. But I would just caution again, just because he's the only option, right? But the reason that I do like him is because of the usage, right? He's going to get all the usage in the world. They play him 40-plus minutes, whether Joel Embiid is playing or not. So without him, he's definitely going to get some burn. I like Kelly Oubre. He's playing against his old team. This is a team, I believe, that drafted him. He's coming back from an injury as well, just like Jalen Green. I'm sure his lines are pretty low. This is a spot where when what's-his-name came back, I liked him. His line is 10.5 tonight. 10 points, minus 174. No Joel Embiid. I know it's his first game back. But, he's a pretty decent 3-point shooter. He's been hitting 1.63s per game. I like Kelly Oubre tonight as just a low-key, parlay builder. You want to alt it down. His line is 10.5. Again, no Joel Embiid. They're going to need the points. I do like VJ Edgecombe to hit 2 threes tonight. His trends are 2 threes, 5 threes, 1 3, 2 threes, 0 threes last game against Indiana. Again, no Joel Embiid. He needs to score. I think he has a decent game as well tonight. And not too much from this game. This game is just, the first game is always the game that does you dirty, especially when all the games are at 8, and then 9, and all the late games. So I'm not really too much into this game. I do like Mark Williams. He should have a decent game. His points and rebounds with no Joel Embiid in there. His line is 17.5, which is pretty low. Last 5 games, 18, 32, 11, 23, and 24. So I do like Mark Williams to have a decent game. I don't see why he shouldn't. The 76ers don't have Adam Bona, 4 points, 4 rebounds, yeah. Mark Williams, 10 points. Yeah, I do like Mark Williams tonight. His 10 points. His line is 9.5. So even if you don't want to take it for 10, the last 5 games, 11, 18, 5, 14, 16. I love Mark Williams tonight. If you don't want to take the 10, I do love the 10. But if you want to take the points and rebounds, that's also a lick. 17.5. That's a play that I did write that down. So I do love Mark Williams from this game. Grayson Allen should have 10 points. I know that Jalen Green is back today, but I don't see why he doesn't get 10 points. His line is minus 295 for 10 points. The last 5 games, 25, 33, 16, and 14 against the Nets. If you don't want that, you can take him for threes, 4 threes, 6 threes, 7 threes, 4 threes, 4 threes. Yes, we be on the same page, K-Don. You already know that, my brother. If anything, the most for anything for Grayson Allen, his points, rebounds, and assists, I can alt that down. I like it's at 18.5 tonight. I know that Jalen Green is back, so. But at 15, he's cleared that, even coming back from injuries. So 21, 30, 38, 19, and 25. He's their main bench player. Probably coming off the bench, yeah, even when he wasn't. So, yeah, I really do like Grayson Allen to have a decent game today. Next game, we got San Antonio versus Houston. I'm going to stay away from him because he's been burning me. Victor Wembanyama. And every time, it never fails. I pick somebody. Look, that game against OKC, I needed him for 20. I put so much money on him to score 20. Didn't. Next 3 games. 22, 39, 33. From 3-pointers. 7 threes, 4 threes, 5 threes. So naturally, I guarantee you, Victor Wembanyama has a bad game today. His line is 22.5. And I wrote down 20, but every time I go live and I want to take Wemby, he teeters at the line. I mean, there's nobody that can really guard him in the NBA. If he has a bad game, it's just because he had a bad game. So, you know, if you want to take him, I'm not going to tell you not to. I really love Kevin Durant in this game. Every other game, shorty. 23, 28, 19, 39, 18. His line is 24.5. I don't see why KD doesn't get 25 tonight. But the line being at 24.5, you can alt it down. Between 20 to 25, Kevin Durant should have a really good game today. Or, if you don't want to take that, his points, rebounds, and assists. He's consistently hit that every other game as well. But closer to 32, 33, even in the games he doesn't hit it. So 35.5 is his line tonight. If you want to take it closer to 32, 33, that's a nice parlay builder as well. I like Stephen Castle, his assists tonight, his points and assists, but more comfortable with his assists. Last 5 games, 5, 8, 10, 9, and 8. Tonight his line is 6.5. I didn't go over the defenses. San Antonio is the 3rd ranked defense in the NBA. Houston is the 8th ranked defense. The Spurs against 3-pointers, 17th ranked. Houston, 9th ranked. So, just as a note, I went through all of these teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the top 10, 7, 8. 8 of the top 10 defenses in the NBA are playing tonight. So be very cautious with these parlays you're making tonight and these teams. Phoenix, top 10 defense. San Antonio, Houston, Minnesota, the Lakers, shockingly, Denver, Toronto, and Golden State. 8 of the top 10 defensive teams in the NBA are playing tonight. So be very cautious when you're building your parlays. San Antonio and Houston are those 2 defensive teams. So that's why this line is really low for Stephen Castle. His assist line, I like it at 6. Minus 164. See no reason why he shouldn't get that. San Antonio does give up a lot of threes, so I also do like Kevin Durant to get his threes as well. Going back to that, he sold me. That game against the Pelicans, I needed him for 2 threes. He's every other game. I do like him for 2 threes tonight. Amen Thompson, I put a question mark next to him. The Spurs play really good defense, and with Wemby, he's not really a shooter, so they're going to make him shoot, so I would caution with that. Eason, I really do like for 10 points. Tyree Eason should have a decent game today. Last 5 games, 15, 19, 12, 15, 6. He got injured in that game against Portland, so he's coming back from injury. Caution. But I do like Tyree Eason for 10 points, at least, tonight. Keldon Johnson should have... I put a question mark next to him, but yeah. Julian Champagnie, I like him for 2 threes tonight. Or 10 points. 10 points is minus 174. Or his threes, 2 threes, minus 235. Love Champagnie tonight. Next game, we got the Clippers versus the Bulls. This is the only game with shitty defenses. So you got the Clippers, 20th ranked defense. Chicago, 18th ranked defense. Clippers, 15th most three pointers given up per game. Chicago, 20th most three pointers given up per game. So if you're looking for some parlay builders, this is a game that I starred. Josh Giddey is finally back. He's been out for the last 2-3 weeks with an injury. He's back today. The Bulls, most of their stuff is blacked out right now, but we'll see. I just put Giddey's back, but I would just caution with him because, of course, first game back, when you're not in game shape, very caution. No Kawhi Leonard today. So, Mr. James Harden should have a decent game. I mean, he's their only good player, right? I mean, he has to have a good game. His points plus assist line is 38.5. I do like his assist, 8 assists. But just to be safe, I would take his points and assists and just alt it down. Last 3 games, 42, 30, 41, 45. Today, again, Chicago, bad defensive team. One of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. So there's no reason why he shouldn't get his licks off. He scored 36 and 31 without Kawhi, I believe, last 2 games. So, well, no. That 36 was without Kawhi. So I think James Harden has a good game tonight. I like Vucevic for 3 assists. Josh Giddey is back, so he will have the ball more in his hands. But I think the Bulls figured out something when Giddey was out. Get the ball into Vucevic's hands more. Last 5 games, 6 assists, 5 assists, 5 assists, 5 assists, 3 assists. I like Vucevic for 3 assists. You can alt it down to 3+ assists. I really do like that. Chris Dunn, solid player coming off the bench. Starts for the Clippers, but with no Kawhi, he's got to score. His line is 8.5 points tonight. Thank you, my wife. 8.5. I like his points, rebounds, and assists. 16.5 is a light line. You can even alt that down. They will allow you to alt it down if you want to take it closer to 12, 13. Chris Dunn should have a decent game tonight. Buzelis has been playing well. Again, all these lines are going to be altered down. I think his line is 14 tonight. Last 5 games, 15, 19, 7, 15, and 17. So I do think Buzelis has a decent game. This game, again, is one of the few games, I will repeat, 8 out of the top 10 defensive teams in the NBA are playing tonight. Phoenix, San Antonio, Houston, Minnesota, the Lakers, Denver, Toronto, and Golden State. 8 out of the top 10 defensive teams. So be very cautious when you're building your lays tonight against these teams. The Clippers and the Bulls are probably one of the few games where you're going to see a high spread. I like the over in this game and a lot of points. I know with no Kawhi, you would be like, okay, yeah, I really like this game. But the Chicago Bulls give up a lot of points. The Clippers, they both give up threes. They're both bottom half, giving up 3-pointers. So look for this game for parlay building purposes. Zubac should eat tonight. The Bulls have no big men to begin with. Vucevic can't guard him. There's no reason that Zubac shouldn't go crazy tonight. His rebounds line is 11.5, which is that tells you all you need to know. I like his points and his rebounds just to be safe. The last 4 games, 26, 30, 20, and 23. With no Kawhi, his line is 28.5. I'm messing with Zubac tonight. I think Zubac should have a really good game tonight. John Collins has been playing boo-boo the last 2 games, so again, I will repeat this when athletes have really good bad games, especially back-to-back bad games, and then with no Kawhi, I think that John Collins, just out of pure necessity and usage, should have a decent game. Last 2 games, 3 and 11 points. Before that, 25, 16, and 18. No reason why John Collins shouldn't have a decent game. Again, this is one of the few games with poo defensive teams. So for parlay building purposes, I would look for things that you like in that game. Minnesota versus Utah. I don't like this game at all. Oh, and one more thing from the Ayo Dosunmu has been balling out of his mind. I like him for 10+ points. He's just been playing really well. I don't see why even with Giddey coming back, at least 10+ points, or his points and his rebounds, or points and assists, points, rebound, assists maybe. He should have a good game. This game, Minnesota versus Utah, I don't like this game. I think Minnesota probably destroyed them. The line is 13.5. It's in Utah, I know. Minnesota's been playing really well in Utah. No Lauri Markkanen. I don't like this game. Be very cautious with this game. Minnesota's the 5th-ranked defense in the NBA, and they give up the 7th. Give up the 7th least amount of threes in the NBA. Utah is the 25th ranked defense in the NBA and the 30th ranked team from three-pointers. So what I do like is just three-pointers. Here we go. I'm about to tap into... I know, I'm crazy. Mr. Julius Randle. Last 4 games, 1-3, 0-3, 4 threes and 2 threes, and then against San Antonio, 0 threes. Julius Randle's going to hit 2 threes tonight. Utah gives up the 30th ranked the most threes per game. I really like Julius Randle for 2 threes tonight. The thing that concerns me with this game is that Minnesota's probably going to bust their ass, so anything that you have, alt it down. Alt it down. Everything, alt it down. Nurkic, just for Utah's sake, somebody's going to have to do something. He's been playing really well this season. No Markkanen, the last 5 games, 26, 21, 15, 11, and 20. Gobert, playing his old team, would be cautious, but I don't see it. Just off usage, he should have a decent game. Points, rebounds, and assists. His line is 25.5, and I understand why it's so low because they're playing a good defensive team. 42, 38, 34, 31, 34. Again, just off a usage rate, I would take it closer to 20. His line is 25.5. But if you can alt down, you want to look just for somebody from the Jazz. This game is just funny because I really do think it'll be a blowout and it can mess up a lot of your parlays. Bryce Sensabaugh should have a decent game, 15 plus points. I wrote down. Is he playing tonight? No, he's out tonight. Yeah, not much from this game. Naz Reid came out. He had a shoulder issue. He was going crazy without Anthony Edwards. He had 25, 17, 19, and then 25. And then he came out of the game against San Antonio with a shoulder injury. He's back tonight. He was questionable, but he's back. I would caution, but again, his bread and butter is shooting three-pointers. So if there's anybody from this game that I really do like, just as a bounce-back game, he got injured last game, comes off the bench. Bench players are going to get burned in this game. He is the main player off their bench. 2 to 3 threes for Naz Reid or his points. Somewhere between 10 to 15. I think he has a good game tonight. Just because Utah just gives up endless threes. But be cautious with this game. I would take Utah's unders. This game, just don't like it. Lakers versus the Nuggets. Like I said, this surprised me. The Lakers are the 8th ranked defense in the NBA, but they give up the 19th most three-pointers. Denver's the 4th ranked defense. I don't know. I don't think Jokic helps that, right? 4th ranked defense. They give up the 14th most three-pointers. So I like threes in this game, clearly. Just looking at the defense. I think Luka Doncic has a great game today. He doesn't like Denver. I mean, most people in the West don't. Last 5 games, his trends 24, 42, 27, 39. Bad game against Toronto, 25. He's been hitting his 3-point lines, but I really do like Luka Doncic to have a good game. His line is 32.5. This game is in Denver. Where's this game? This game is in Denver. I like Luka to have a good game today. Points-wise. Points and threes. If his line is 3.5 threes, last 5 games though, 4, 2, 5, 6, 5. Meh. But I do think he just has a good game today. There's no reason he shouldn't have a good game. Jamal Murray always busts the Lakers' ass. He loves no Jokic. So had a bad game against Charlotte on 118, 16 points. Every time these guys, again, athlete, play bad game, you generally want to bounce back, play good. That's his trends. And with no Jokic, it's literally his world. Last 5 games, 22, then bounced back with 35, 33, 42. Last game, he had 16 against Charlotte. He loves playing the Lakers. I think that Jamal Murray has a good game tonight. Just to be safe, again, points and assists, he's covered this line crazy. 39, 44, 38, 48, and then 18. Jamal Murray should have a really good game today. I do like Jamal Murray. Just write that down. I took extensive notes today, so if anybody wants these, I'm going to post it on my Instagram as well. LeBron has been playing pretty good recently. I wrote him down for 6 assists. Last 5 games, 7, 8, 6, 10, 3. He doesn't like the Denver Nuggets either, so I think LeBron has a pretty good game today. Peyton Watson, just because of usage rate again, they're going to need him to score the last 5 games, averaging 18.5, 19. Well, no, his line is 18.5, but last 5 games, 19, 31, 18, 21, and then 11 against Charlotte. So I'm looking for Denver to have a bounce back game, and they generally play good against the Lakers. His line is 18.5. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, you could take his points and rebounds and just alt it down. Rebounds, he gets it. Just walked into class. Haha, my brother D. What's going on? Yeah, I think Denver has a good bounce back game today. I think they should play pretty well. Surprisingly, again, these two are top 10 defensively. I think Jalen Pickett has a good game today. 13, 16, 9, 5, and 12. But he's been hitting threes, 2 threes, 4 threes, 2 threes, 1 3, 2 threes. So I do think he may hit 2 threes tonight. And his assist line, he's been covering. So if you want to take anything, take his points plus assist. Alt it down though. Yeah, his points and his rebounds and his points and assist line is the same. So, yeah. Actually, his points and rebounds I would be more comfortable with. Yeah, Jaden Pickett. Mr. Flint. Here we go. Mr. Cleo. Tapping in. Do. Jake Lavaria is hitting 2 threes tonight. Here we go. Last 2 games. 0 threes against Toronto. They're a good defensive team. 0 threes against Portland. Surprising. But before that, 3 threes. 3 threes against Atlanta. I told you would. Jake Lavaria is hitting 2 to 3 threes tonight. I like that. Just Julius Randle and I believe Jake Lavaria. Yeah. This game, the Lakers are favored, surprisingly, on the road. I think that Denver should cover if you alt it up 5.5, closer to 5.5. The line is plus 2.5. I know, no Jokic. Lakers been on a kind of a mission lately, but I think Jamal Murray goes crazy today. Miami versus Sacramento. 16th and the 26th ranked defense. This is another game where if you're looking to build a lot of parlays, this is the game. Miami versus Sacramento and Chicago versus the Clippers. 2 bottom 10 defensive teams. Miami, 22nd most threes given up per game. Sacramento, surprisingly, 7th least amount of threes given up per game. What I wrote down, DeRozan, I like him for 3 to 4 assists. He's been covering that beautifully last 5 games. 6 assists, 5 assists, 4 assists, 7. His line is at 3.5 tonight. I like it just at 3.5. I mean, you could take it at 3. I'm comfortable with him at 3.5. Bam, just intuition. He's been going crazy. He's been hitting a lot of threes. The last 4 games, 0 threes. 4 threes, 3 threes, 6 threes against OKC, and then 0 against Golden State. Maybe I could see him in 2 threes just because Sacramento spreads the floor and they shoot a lot of threes. Just the pace of the game and how it will be going. I could see him hitting 2 threes tonight. Westbrook has been playing really, 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 really well lately. Which concerns me. Last 5 games, 3 threes, 4 threes, 2 threes, 6 threes, 3 threes. So he's due for a stinker. But even when he does that, he passes the ball. Last 5 games, 10 assists, 7 assists, 11 assists, 6 assists, 7 assists. So I do like Russell for 6 assists tonight. Sabonis coming back off of the injury. No reason he can't get 10 plus points tonight against Miami. I mean, come on. His line is 12.5, 10 at minus 280. I'm comfortable with that. Jamie Jaquez should have a decent game today. Bounce back. I want to take Norman Powell, but I'm just going to be caution. I like Jamie Jaquez to have a bounce back game today. He's every other game. He seems to do this. 6 points. 16, 5, 16, 10 against Golden State. I think he has a decent game today. I would just take his points, rebounds, and assists and just alt it down. Dennis Schroeder, I like to have a good game today. He had a horrendous game last game against Portland. But before that, the last 4 games, 13, 11, 15, 15, ultra competitor. I think he has a bounce back game. 10 points, minus 146. I think he gets that. Again, in a game, up and down pace. Both teams are not the best defensively overall. Miami 16, Sacramento 26. I like Dennis Schroeder, or if you want to take his points and assists, I'm comfortable with that. Precious Achua also had a bad game last game. I could see him having a bounce back game today. I mean, Norman Powell's line is too funny. 23.5. I'm going to stay away from that. Last game, Raptors versus Golden State again. Two really good defensive teams. I will repeat. 8 out of the top 10 defensive teams in the NBA are playing tonight. So be very cautious with your picks. I do anticipate a lot of low-scoring games tonight. I really don't see it being crazy. Just pick your spots. Be very cautious with your picks. If you like 2 or 3, don't go crazy with the parlays today. Find things that you like. Be very cautious. A lot of defense tonight. Guys are coming back off of a long layoff too. I believe Martin Luther King Day. Everybody didn't play yesterday. The only team that's on a back-to-back, I believe, is Phoenix and in Philadelphia. They played yesterday, and they're the early game, so that's another game. Two good defensive teams. Julius Randle, I do like him for today, but again, the only thing I said, Julius Randle 2 threes, I like it. But what concerns me, I could see him getting a triple-double only if Utah wasn't so horrendous. I think Minnesota blows them out. So if you want to sprinkle that in just for a straight bet, just for some action, I could see Julius Randle having a really good game. But Gobert going back against his old team, I could see him wanting to show out. They seem to do that. They show love on Minnesota. Ant thinks about certain things like how we think about it. That's why I like Ant. Got 50 the other day. So coming off of a 50-point game, I would caution with Ant. That game, I don't like that game. Golden State. No Jimmy Butler. Tore his ACL last game. Damn, I feel bad for Golden State, man. I don't know what's going to happen with this team now. Like, they obviously got to make a move, but they just locked this guy in for 3 years. So now he's done for this year, and then it'll take him time to get back. They need to get rid of Steph Curry, man. Get rid of Steph, bro. Just pull the trigger. You're wasting away, Chef. But I think he most likely wants to retire as a Warrior, right? Like, I don't know, man. The Warriors are in a precarious position, but they got their chips, so they don't really care, right? At this point, Golden State, Toronto and Golden State tied 8th defensively overall. Toronto gives up the 12th least amount of threes, and Golden State the 5th least amount of threes. What I wrote down from this game, and I caution with these late games, it's always the last game that does you dirty. Emmanuel quickly. He should have a good game today. Last 4 games, he was playing really well, and then he played bad against the Lakers. His line is 17.5, which is telling me that they think that he's going to have a bounce-back game. I like him for 2 threes. He's covered that line 4 out of 5, except for the last game. I think he does. Playing against Steph, he wants to show out matchups. You always got to look at matchups and who the player's playing against that you're picking. What do they want to do? What is going to be their mind state? How are they feeling tonight? I wrote down Toronto plus 3.5. I don't see how Toronto, at full strength for the most part, I understand what they're trying to tell me that Steph Curry's going to have a crazy game. I just have this intuition. No Jimmy Butler going back against a team that beat him for a chip. Steph Curry, every other game is pretty much his thing. He's had 2 bad games back to back. He just looks so miserable, but I think he has a statement game today. I could see Steph Curry going off his 4.5 threes. It's crazy. It's really crazy. He's shooting 32% from 3 this year. Steph is not having a good game, but I think tonight he should. But again, Toronto, top 10 defensive team. Scotty Barnes, RJ. No, RJ. That's why. Okay. This is why they're plus 3.5. No RJ tonight. Okay. So stay away from Toronto plus 3.5. Just stay away from that last game. That's what I'll say. That's going to be a funny game. But if anybody you like, Steph Curry. Not going to go too crazy. I'm going to post these pictures on my Instagram of all the research because I really did extensive research. And you can take your picks again. A lot of good defensive teams today. NHL. These are the people that I like for goals today. I'm going to post this again. Ryan Hartman on the Minnesota Wild. Yes. First game, Minnesota Wild. I like Ryan Hartman. I like Macklin Celebrini. He hasn't scored. And this is what I will say with NHL tonight. I just do believe that it's been just so long since a lot of people have scored. And I think that tonight is the night. I think that tonight is the night that a lot of the players that I like, it's been literally, they haven't scored in a week. So you got Ryan Hartman, Macklin Celebrini, one of the best goal scorers. He hasn't scored in like a week. Connor McDavid, I know, my favorite guy. He has not scored in like a week. I think that he scores tonight. I think tonight is the night that we see just crazy goals in NHL. I know. Since last Tuesday or whatever Tuesday it is, these guys have been playing. I don't know what's been going on with NHL, but as soon as I've sworn by NHL, all of a sudden, but I really do believe, again, the best players, they've just all just gone cold at the same time. I don't know what's going on. So they're all due. This is just what it's telling me, that everybody is due, and they're all playing tonight. So again, Macklin Celebrini, San Jose Sharks. I think he scores tonight. Connor McDavid on the Edmonton Oilers. He has not scored in like 7 games. I don't understand what's going on, but Nikita Kucherov, Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, I'm going through it right now. Kucherov on the Tampa Bay Lightning. I do like him to score. Brady to Chuck. Ottawa Senators, just the intuition. Jason Robertson on the Dallas Stars. I like him to score. Morgan Geekie on the Boston Bruins. I like him to score. Mark Scheffel on the Winnipeg Jets. I like him to score tonight. Tage Thompson on the Blues. I like him as well. And Zibanejad on the New York Rangers. I'm going to repeat the list. Ryan Hartman on the Minnesota Wild. I'm going to post this on my Instagram as well, and I'm going to send it to everybody. I'm going to put it on all the chats and everybody I mess with, putting it in everything so you can have all information for tonight. Ryan Hartman, Minnesota Wild. Macklin Celebrini, Connor McDavid. The 3 that I really like, I love Jason Robertson, Macklin Celebrini, and Connor McDavid. And Mark Scheffel. Those are the 4 that I really like. Tage Thompson as well, but yeah. Macklin Celebrini, San Jose Shark, Connor McDavid, I really like. Mark Scheffel, I really like. And Jason Robertson from the Dallas. Alright guys. Stream brought to you by True Leaf Tobacco. Again, natural cigar. Blunts hand rolled in Nicaragua, based out of Miami. Harry and Andrew, killing it. Please check them out. Their Instagram is True Leaf Natural. Website is trueleafnatural.com. Can get it wholesale for your shop. You own a shop, anything. Truly appreciate, again, everybody showing love, supporting. Jersey giveaway, 100 subscribers. Please tune in again on Thursday. I think, yeah, Thursday we'll be back. Tuesday. Get the money. Good vibes today. I feel good. Feeling great. Feeling blessed. Again, I appreciate all the support. Everybody who's been tuning in. Consistent, showing love, support, and sharing, liking, commenting. I really do appreciate it. Take the time, take your breaks, spend with your family. Do not bet every day. I repeat, do not bet every day. Take your breaks, do what you gotta do. Stick to your system. Straight bets are your best friend. Do not live and die by pregame bets. You can bet live. Watch the game, see who's doing well. Me personally, this is how I've made just most of my money. I'm learning that pre-game bets it just makes no sense, right? Again, we're not genies. We can't just predict everything that's gonna happen. Sports, things happen. So watch games live and build apart. See what's happening. See who's playing well, what's going on, and you will succeed, guys. Live bets are the way to succeed. We are not genies. We cannot predict this stuff. I'm going to again extensive notes today, so I'm gonna post this. Send this to you guys. 8 out of the top 10 defensive teams in the NBA tonight are playing. Be very cautious with your parlays. Very cautious. All right, guys. Much love. Take it easy. Get to this money. Thank you for tuning in, for showing my kids mad love on that stream as well. My daughter was very thrilled, as you can see. She's the light of my life, and just trying to do it all for her and be solid, be a better man, be a better person, and do it all through the love and strength of my Lord Jesus Christ. So, again, take your breaks, do what you got to do, stick to your system, be patient, don't get tilted over losses. You have good reads sometimes, things happen, but stay solid, stick to a system. You can make this money.